I had uncovered over $800,000 worth of money that she had taken.
Paris, we've seen charges in Las Vegas that have sitters and limousines and hotel rooms and stuff that would be very difficult to explain.
That was Robert Wilson Sr. and his attorney, Ryan Higgins, nearly a year ago. They came to WWL, Louisiana after a felony theft trial against Wilson's former bookkeeper, Megan Bagley Ravolo, was delayed for the 18th time, stalling the case for nearly 5 years.
This took a huge toll on them. I mean, it really did.
Those trial postponements eventually topped 20, even after Wilson uncovered years' worth of extravagant charges by Ravolo, including clothes, meals, car repairs, sporting events, and eventually elaborate vacations. The expenses drained the bank accounts of his business, WillServe, and forced the company to go from this 10,000-foot headquarters to this single 120-foot self-storage unit.
She virtually bankrupted the company.
As Wilson was gearing up for Ravolo's June 23rd trial date, Higgins wrote this letter on May 20th to the St. Tammany District Attorney, stressing that his client was once again, quote, willing and eager to travel from Georgia to be there. But that never happened. Court records show that Ravolo pled guilty on June 3rd and was sentenced on the spot to probation. District Attorney Colin Sims, who inherited the long-standing case when he took office 2 years ago, said prosecutors also were forced into a holding pattern because of the constant trial delays.
You know, state never moved for a continuance and called ready for trial. I think there were only 2 court continuances due to COVID. The rest of the continuances were requested by the defense attorney, which were granted. The state, meaning the prosecution, we're not in control. It shouldn't take this long, right? We shouldn't be granting these many continuances for defendants.
Ravolo's court appearance was scheduled as a pre-trial hearing. That's when she pled guilty as charged, eliminating any plea bargain that could have given the DA's office leverage on sentencing and restitution.
I think he was shocked and extremely disappointed in the outcome. He obviously feels like he was violated here.
Legal experts say they are surprised by the terms of Ravolo's probation, the ability to expunge her record like it never happened, and restitution to be determined later. Court documents show that restitution is, quote, to be determined by civil proceedings. Those civil proceedings are in the form of Wilson's civil lawsuit against Ravolo and her husband, a lawsuit that had been put on hold, waiting for the criminal case to be resolved. But the experts say restitution is almost always handled in criminal court.
How often do we see a guilty plea to theft without any restitution?
Yeah, that is quite unusual, particularly given that the victim in this case did not agree to that sort of plea bargain.
The sticking point that I see here is that there's no restitution involved, and that's extremely rare.
Sims agrees.
I've never done it this way. I've only done it in the arena that I controlled as a prosecutor.
In fact, in 2 very similar St. Tammany embezzlement cases, the convicted employees were ordered by a judge to pay substantial restitution. Sims was the assistant prosecutor in the most recent case in 2020.
It would be more routine for restitution to be determined in a criminal court pursuant to a restitution hearing conducted by the judge. All that would be the norm.
Higgins said that this case seemed to flip justice upside down.
And it's almost like Mr. Wilson got punished for filing a civil suit to protect his interests.
And for Ravolo,
there's some people who would sign up for basically getting to spend $700,000, $800,000 of somebody else's money and to walk away with probation.
Meanwhile, the civil case has only recently been revived. Like most cases, it could take years to be resolved. Mike Perlstein, WWL, Louisiana.
We tried to contact Ravolo and her attorney, but we have not heard back.